All right. Well, I'll be asking you a few questions on your times living in C Street in Los Banos, California. Is that all right with you?
That's fine.
Okay, first off, how was it living in a trailer park?
It was fine. I didn't have no problem living in the trailer park. I didn't see it at first as a trailer park. I seen it as our home because it was our home. We weren't renting. My dad bought it for me, so it was a roof and a home for me and my kids, my family, my husband.
What time did you move into the trailer park?
Um, in what year? Um, 19 in we moved in 1999.
1999.
Yes, this is 198. So.
And how many years did you spend in the trailer park?
Until 2008. So
About 10 years.
that's when we first moved to the, when we first went moving to the trailer park. And then when you were going to start school, I did have an issue with it because I grew up on the other side of town, which was across the tracks, and now my you guys were going to start school, and you were going to go to school that was, when I was younger, the bad school because it was across the tracks with the I would say minority. I don't know.
So, can you elaborate more on what it means to live on the other side of the tracks?
The good, I mean, the good side.
Yeah. So, like, why did people? Why was
Well,
that a term over the tracks? Like, what was that conveying?
well, back then it was more black, lower poverty, maybe
Middle class.
lower class uh, families. Um, that school wasn't. It was bullies. They were, because they were lower class and stuff. They were a lot of the kids were mean. Aside to where I grew up on this side, on the other side of the tracks, where it was, they weren't bullies. They were more white, I guess, upper class. So I don't know, middle class.
So pretty much this side of the tracks in our town, the higher minority population
Was on
lived on
this.
this side.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and we were right there, right across the tracks.
Were you ever worried about your kids when we were at the flea market or the fairgrounds across the street? And if so, why?
Well, I worried about you anywhere you were at, but the flea market, um, at first not too much because I could actually see where we lived. I could see you where you were walking. If I went outside, I could find you. You had friends that had a stand there. The family had a stand there, so when you would go, I knew you were with, an adult or family members that they were watching you. But as it would get darker, then yeah, I would worry because then you got older and you started hanging out with different kind of people, per se. Um, it's always dangerous because there's a diversity of people there and things that they do. They weren't all just there to go buy stuff from the flea market. My biggest fear all the time was just somebody picking on you, somebody hurting you, or um, so yeah, I would go outside all the time and I would find him. I just had to look across the street, so it was convenient in a sense, and you could still be a kid running around, but I wouldn't let my sister go. Your sister,
What?
she was a girl.
What? Why not my sister?
She was a girl. She was younger than you, and she was a girl, and I just
All right. What do you remember about the liquor store down the street?
I remember that we went there very, very, very often. Actually, it wasn't really a liquor store. It was the closest convenience store for us. And at times we didn't have a car. A lot of the times we didn't have a vehicle, so it was easy to walk, get what we needed. And when you started getting older, I would let you go walk to the store, but not by yourself. When you come home from school, I remember we'd stop there get something cool to drink, but we knew the worker, the owners very well, to where I could just send you in there by yourself. That's how well we knew them. Um, but it was a liquor store, so in the evenings it would get a little sketchy with certain people being around it, and then you guys being small. It wasn't a good place to be by yourself. So, but we lived there for a long time, so a lot of people knew us, knew you, where I I didn't really worry then. I didn't.
What do you remember about that corner house on C Street, the one next to Rocky's?
I had some friends from high school that lived there at one with their grandmother at one time, and then their kids lived with them there. But through the years, now it's boarded up. So there was a home, then it became I think a drug house, and then to an abandoned boarded up home.
What do you remember about me and my friends that used to
Well,
hang out on that house?
you didn't hang out at that house. They came to our. There was a boy, two boys who would come to, who became your friends, and they came to our house. But I would always you rather you come to our house than to you go to their house because now, well, one of them's dead, gone.
What do you remember about the fire that happened in our shed?
Oh, well, I remember your dad saying get the kids out now, just trying to get you guys out safely and not trying to um, scare you, because you guys were asleep. So wake you up as safe as we could, and get you out of there so you could be safe. And then your dad trying to save it.
Do you remember what time
One in the
the
morning.
fire started?
It started at like about 12:45, 1 in the morning.
What
I
about
remember
the fire department? What do you remember about the fire
it
department?
took so long to get there, and I also remember when the police got there, they weren't very much help. I don't know if it's because where we lived, but they didn't offer. It was you guys were in pajamas. They didn't ever offer you guys to go sit in the car, being scared and stuff. That's because you were. You guys were cold, and no blanket, no nothing, no kind of comfort. Until my dad came, he's the one that took you guys to his car. But I remember they did have to block off the whole block because of um, the gas. There's gas, big gas lines, and they're afraid they might go up.
Do you remember which fire department came to our house?
The one clear across the other side of town.
Not the one
Not
right
the
next to
one
us.
down the street. No, we had a fire station right down the street. Not even what 3 houses down probably. And the one that came was clear across town. So it took like 15 minutes. And I remember your dad trying to save the house because it was the shed that was burning, and he with the water hose he's trying to keep it from what what, burning the rest of the house. And the cops or a couple of the police officers held him, got both one arm, the other one got the other arm, trying to hold him down or trying to get him to stop um, watering the house down.
Do you know why the end of C Street, where the gate used to be open for my elementary school, why it got locked?
Because the gang.
So, yeah.
Oh, okay. There was a lot of gang activities. I guess I wasn't aware, wasn't I?
I guess not. I guess you weren't aware.
I did no, I didn't. I didn't think it was as severe. I really didn't think it was that bad because I thought because I lived here all my life and I thought they're just posers. But actually, yeah, because at the dictionary, remember they came and shot at the house, paid somebody from her son, and that's close to your school. They even had lock down the school in the helicopter. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that was very dangerous. Oh my god.
How was it having a family member live just down the street from our house?
The family member that we had was your dad's great aunt, and it was a good thing because that's when we started giving you a little more independence. You started riding your scooter or your bike to school, which was only exactly just straight down the street.
Okay. How do you feel? Well, how has the street shaped us into the people we are today?
I don't know if it was the street that shaped us into the people that we are today, but I do know that I'm thankful for when we lived there having a home because it was our home. We had a roof over our head, and it's I think it has made us humble in a lot of ways because you're very humble. I'm humble, but I don't think it was so much the street. I think it was maybe the experiences, maybe the love and the different things we went through that we instilled in you, me and your dad. That no matter where, where you were raised or how you were raised, that you still were very special. You still were equal to the other kids, maybe even better, I want to say. But you stood up for kids that were less fortunate, that didn't have as not that we had a lot, but you treated other kids the way you wanted to be treated, which is something I always told you. You be friends with everybody, and on this side of the tracks, there was a lot of different kind of diversity of kids or families. So you had friends of all colors, races, whatever backgrounds, and the person that you are today, I think it wasn't so much the street; it was just what we instilled in you. We did live in a trailer, but didn't make us trailer trash, how they put it. Because you were one of the top students in the school all the time. You we may have not been rich, but you were always dressed. You were always properly dressed.
Pretty much, despite where people say we came from, we had everything we needed.
More or less, yeah. I mean, as parents, we made a lot of mistakes, but for the most part, we try to give you the childhood, that you grew up to see that mm, you can do anything, that you want to. You put your mind to, you put your heart, or if it's something hard work, you put hard work and you come out doing what you want to do.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Thank
Is
you.
that right? Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.